Spotlight then. 3 years after taking over as the vice president of the country's oldest party, Rahul Gandhi, it seems, is finally ready to take the plunge and to take over the baton from his mother, Sonia Gandhi. The series of defeats in the assembly elections, coupled with internal rumblings, have led to the party finally deciding to reject its entire top brass. And according to media reports, Rahul is likely to be supported by a young team, including Congress leaders Sachin Pilot, RPN Singh, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Jitin Prasada, Ajay Makhan and Randeep Surjewala. Amongst other sources also suggest that senior leaders of Rajiv Gandhi's era are likely to be phased out, which has sparked some tensions between the two camps. And to discuss that, I'm now joined by Aditi Fadnis, the political editor at Business Standard, and also political analyst Sadhvi Khosla is joining me on the phone line. Let me come to you first, Aditi. You know, many leaders in the past, including Digvijay Singh, said that how the party needs a cardiac surgery. And then after all that, after the big talk, this is what happens. I mean, is this even news, Aditi? The fact that because for a long time, it was being speculated that Rahul Gandhi will eventually be taking over as the president of the Congress party. So in that sense, is this at all a radical overhaul that many were hoping for?
Well, to be honest, I can't see an overhaul because ahead of the Assam election, Rahul Gandhi announced that if they win the Assam election, it is Tarun Gogoi who will become the chief minister. Now, Tarun Gogoi is in his mid-80s, late 80s, and if the Congress had got the numbers and if he had become chief minister, he would have been 90 when the time came for him to demit office after 5 years. So, frankly, this resurrection of the old guard, if you look at the list of people who've been nominated to the Rajya Sabha, there isn't anyone who is among Rahul Gandhi's younger friends. So I think they are now trying everything possible to, I mean, what works is what works. And I'm not seeing any radical surgery or any prospect of any radical surgery either.
Right. Fair enough, Aditi. Sadhvi, come in on that. So the basic point that Aditi is making, that Rahul Gandhi being anointed as the president of the Congress party does not necessarily indicate a radical departure from the practices in the past. How do you interpret this? Will this at all, do you see, galvanize the party ahead of crucial state elections that are coming up next year?
Yeah, hi Ranjoy. Although I do agree with her, the Congress party has a mountain to climb, but this will definitely set a new, it's a welcoming step from Congress party, especially for its cadre and supporters. It will take party in a very unified approach. Party will go in a different way with new ideas, new innovative people, new thinkers, new set of advisors. It's a generation change. Most importantly, it will do away with the confusion amongst the party ranks on who call the shots. More and more youngsters will be given a chance. You can't hold Rahul responsible for party's misfortunes without giving him full command of the party. I'm sure Sonia ji and many senior leaders will continue to be the guiding force for both Rahul and the party. But at this point of time, I think it's a welcoming step from the party.
Fair enough, Sadhvi. Aditi, then the point being made here is the fact that, Congress was seen as having this dual power structure, Sonia Gandhi on one hand, Rahul Gandhi on the other hand. And the point that Sadhvi also made is the fact that, that now, that Rahul cannot be blamed for what has happened so far. But the fact of the matter is, he was the campaign committee chief in 2014. Even in this time round, with the kind of debacle we've seen in the state assembly election, there are enough reports that basically trace the roots of some of the decisions that were taken back to Rahul. So in that sense, people outside would be wondering, this is the time where the party really needed to do some serious introspection. Eventually, what has come out is a damp squib. Would you agree with that?
To be honest, I'm not sure what can galvanize this party. We saw a much worse period for the party when the Babri Masjid was demolished, and overnight the entire party structure, everything but the building, moved to the BJP. That I don't see happening at that scale right now. Yes, people have gone over, Himanta Biswa Sarma has gone over because their ambitions have been denied. But I'm not seeing that kind of, I mean, the Karnakaran committee report, which it was set up after the Babri Masjid debacle and the disastrous showing of the Congress in the elections. That report said that wholesale, it was just the flag which was changed. Otherwise, everything went from the Congress to the BJP. I'm not seeing that happening now. So obviously there's some residual belief in what the Congress stands for, and ultimately at the end of the day, whether young or old, new congressman or old congressman, the fact is that the congressman is an intensely political animal. So he wants to, he is ambitious enough to, he needs to play a role in the way the country is governed, and needs to make his voice heard. So frankly, Rahul Gandhi or no Rahul Gandhi, I think the Congress is a machinery, it's a kind of a setup that will go on forever. I don't think there's any, I don't think there's any possibility of India being Congress mukt in that sense.
Absolutely, yes. Sadhvi, you said that it's good, this infusion of young blood, but by doing this, has Congress inadvertently given more oxygen to the BJP to basically accuse the Congress of being a party which simply cannot break out of this dynastic, mindset? Look at the people that are speculated to be part of this alleged core team of his: Sachin Pilot, Jitin Prasada, Jyotiraditya Scindia. At the end of the day, they are all dynasts, and this is something that the BJP is bound to raise. So you think, in that sense, today's announcement is going to give BJP oxygen to actually kind of criticize the party Congress even more?
Ranjay, in that sense, I think BJP doesn't need any oxygen, because they look for excuses to attack Congress party. I mean, whatever Congress party may do, they have to attack. I agree with you, but then at the same time, Rahul is determined to bring in more youngsters. He wants to bring in more people. He's been interviewing a lot of, party cadre, party supporters in the past 6 to 8 months, from what I have heard. So you will see many people who are not from the dynasty families coming into the Congress party.
Right. Aditi, there are also reports coming out that there seems to be some sort of a difference of opinion between the Sonia loyalists and the Rahul loyalists. Is there any truth to that? What are your own sources telling you within the Congress party? Was there a deep division between these two alleged camps?
Well, of course there would be. People are feeling insecure. They feel that something is happening and they can't fully grasp what is happening. So it's like palace intrigue, which is inevitable. It will happen. And it's not a new phenomenon. It's been happening for a number of years now, actually. You move one step forward, and then the other set of guys says, okay, he's making that move, so how can I stymie that? And then there's criticism that if so-and-so is put in front, then the party's fortunes will take a nosedive, and I don't agree with this and I don't agree with that. I mean, of course it will happen. There's no two ways about it. There is a power shift that's happening, and some people will not survive it.
And Aditi, what is interesting is that just a few days before that, and I think something that you perhaps also alluded to at the start, is that leaders like P. Chidambaram and Kapil Sibal were given Rajya Sabha berth. So do you think, is that interpretation correct, as some are suggesting online, that that this was perhaps an attempt to assuage sort of concerns of the old guard? Aditi?
No, there is no such thing as old guard. There are people who owe their position to Sonia Gandhi, who would like to see Sonia Gandhi continue as a person who will decide policy for the Congress, and there are people who owe their allegiance and owe their existence to Rahul Gandhi, who would like to see Rahul Gandhi becoming stronger, because by his becoming stronger, they become stronger. So this kind of thing happens a lot. I think the simple reason why a person like P. Chidambaram, who is I think who's in towering intellectual, it's very difficult to win an argument against him. Or Kapil Sibal, who is also a very well-known lawyer. The reason for bringing these people is that they will not be cowed down by because of their sheer intellectual strength. Some of the younger people may shout, they may be very valiant and brave,
boisterous,
but,
and right. Yes, and as the
So
Congress
the right
party
mix.
regroups and strategizes, absolutely. As the Congress party regroups, they will of course have to fall back on on the intellectual prowess of some of the leaders that you talked about. Sadhvi, then to give you the final word, then what can we realistically expect from Rahul Gandhi as the president of the party, because it's been 3 years, in fact over 3 years, since he became the vice president of the Congress party. So in that sense, I mean, of course the jury is out about how how he's performed, how he's not performed, but as the president, as the #1 person now in the Congress party, realistically, what is it that that people who follow this field closely can expect?
See, one thing is for sure, that he will bring in new ideas, new people, new thinkers and new advisors. And yes, Rahul will also be held accountable by the party from henceforth. So for sure, his critics can, keep a tab on him from now onwards.
Sadhvi Khosla and Aditi Phadnis, thank you very much for joining us for this discussion here on The Big Picture. I mean, we have to, of course, wait and watch what happens, but that's the big story so far.